again.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? Nasif here from Click, and today I'm doing the full review of the LeEco or the LeTV, LeEco, LePro, LeMax, LeThis, LeThat. Just gonna be doing the full review. So I've been using the phone for quite a bit now, and I've got my final thoughts on it, my final impressions, and I thought I'd give you guys just kind of a full-on review, break the phone down top to bottom, and we'll go through everything. So first things first, I do want to talk about the camera. So I don't have any, I think I don't have any shots on here. Yeah, so I don't have any shots that I've saved on here, but what I can tell you is the 1080p recording is good. So we'll leave it at that. For the 1080p recording, the 4K recording is very mediocre. I don't think this has OIS. So when you're recording videos, it's relatively shaky, and I think it uses the electronic stabilization or whatever to stabilize videos. So the videos aren't the best, but they're definitely doable. So if you're only shooting for like Instagram or whatever, or Facebook, it's going to be great as with any other smartphone. But if you're looking to do any kind of like heavy video editing and stuff like that, you're probably better off getting a different camera, different phone. In terms of pictures, so in daylight, obviously it takes amazing pictures, 21 megapixels. You get a shit ton of detail. The pictures look great. There's no problems with the camera, but when you come inside, low light camera and low light photography is a little bit mediocre as well. It's just kind of like it's good enough for like Snapchat or something, but if you're sending questionable snaps at nighttime to people, it'll be okay. But if you're using it again, if you're using it to take proper photography and edit and stuff after, it's not worth it. You're not getting the best camera out of this phone, so it is what it is. And the front-facing camera, you guys know I don't use the selfie camera ever, so I can't really say, but I'm sure it's decent. 8 megapixels up front, I believe. So that's that for the cameras. Wanted to get that out of the way first, because I think that is the lowest point of this phone is the cameras. So next I'm gonna talk about the build. So we'll pop the little condom case off of here. And as you guys can see, obviously you got the rose gold variant. It's full aluminum all the way around. The finish is great. It's just a tad bit, it's a little bit slippery if I'm honest, but it is what it is. It's a metal phone. It feels great in the hand. And it's just like a really well built phone. It doesn't feel like a typical Chinese built phone. It feels extremely premium, and definitely feels like it costs more than just $290 or $300 or whatever. But it is what it is. The build's been great. It's held up well. Not a single scratch anywhere. No dents, no dings. But then again, I do relatively take care of my phones. I don't baby them, but then I don't throw them around like some other people that I know. Other than that, I mean, the build has been great. The buttons are nice and clicky. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the mic. Buttons are clicky, they're very responsive, no issues with that. My only problem with the build is maybe the fingerprint scanner sometimes a little bit inaccurate, so when I put my finger on, sometimes it'll buzz, sometimes it won't. Just depends on the time of day, I guess. Other than that, the build's been great. The buttons on the bottom light up, which is definitely awesome. Again, I mentioned in the initial impressions video, blue, or you got to take notes from these guys. So it's a fantastic phone, definitely, in terms of build. Next up, we'll talk about the screen. So the 2K AMOLED, or not AMOLED, 2K IPS LCD display. I think it's 5.5 inches. Great size display, great color reproduction. It gets relatively bright. I mean, that's pretty much all there is to say about it. It's a great display, a great screen on a phone that costs so little, so that's awesome. Next up, I do want to talk about the software. So now, again, as you guys know, in the initial impressions video, I said that the software is super blazing fast. It's just like there's nuts. There's no delay anywhere. Apps open up like no tomorrow. It's just really quick and smooth Android experience. And if you're buying it solely off of a software experience, I definitely recommend this device to you. Other than that, I mean, there's not really much to talk about in terms of stuff that I don't like. I mean, it's got so many things that I do like, and I don't have enough time. I want to keep this video relatively short because I did go over quite a bit in the initial impressions video. In terms of the battery life, and that's another thing that just came to mind, it's kind of average. I mean, the battery life is you get 3.5 hours of screen on time. How much do I have here right now? So I'm at 36%, and I have 2 hours 15 minutes of screen on time. So you're looking at about 3.5 hours screen on time in total when it's all said and done. So that's pretty much average for smartphones these days. Wish it could be a little bit better, But then the LeTV has another trick up its sleeve, I guess, with the what's it called? The Quick Charge 3.0. Now this Quick Charge is nuts. It's so quick. It charges the phone from 0 to 100 in like an hour and a bit. So it's an awesome charging brick and an awesome phone in that it can charge so quickly. So I mean, even if I come home at the end of the day, or if I come home at like 7 right now, I'm at 36% and I know I need 50% for the night, I just plug it in the quick charger for like 10 minutes and I'm good to go. I'm good to go for the rest of the night. So it's pretty sick. One thing that I don't like about this phone, no headphone jack. As you guys can see, I have the little dongle thing here. I hate having to carry this thing around with me, because then you gotta plug this into here, you gotta plug your headphones into there, and you just look like your phone has a penis on the end of it. Like, what's the point? Just include a damn headphone jack. It's not the way of the future. It's you know, sure, you can have a wireless future and all that, but keep the headphone jack, because not everyone wants to go buy USB-C headphones or have to use a penis adapter for that. So it's like, what the hell? Another thing I don't really like about the phone is the speaker. Now the speaker quality is good, but it's just not a very loud speaker. So let me see. Let me load up. See what they have on here. We'll go to cartoons on Spotify as well. So that's pretty solid. Don't even need to go to YouTube anymore. So I'll crank the volume, and that's as loud as it gets. So I mean, I don't need to talk any much louder than I am right now to kind of talk over this volume. So I mean, it's turn the volume down here, so I don't need to. You guys, it doesn't muffle me, but I don't need to like talk way much louder than the phone to get my audio out, right? If I had the iPhone or a different phone, the Note, the HTC, all the other phones, in my opinion, I think they sound louder. However, this one's quality, like the bass and the mids and the highs and all that stuff, sound pretty solid. If I don't say so myself, it's pretty solid speaker in that sense. But I just wish it was a little bit louder. And I also wish it had the dual speakers, because I know the LE Pro 3 or something had the one speaker on the bottom, one on the top, dual speakers. They should have included it on this one, but it is what it is. They didn't, so can't really do much about that. I think I hit all the things that I wanted to talk about. So we got the screen, the build, the battery, the cameras, speakers, charging time, battery life. We already talked about that. Do I recommend it? Definitely. I mean, if you guys are willing to buy on AliExpress or from one of the Chinese websites where things can be a little bit fishy sometimes, then definitely. I mean, this phone, for the price I paid, if I gave this to someone, they would think it's a $600, $700 phone for sure. Nothing about this phone screams budget or says this is not a premium device. Everything is premium about this phone, and the small things that I'm nitpicking on, the average user, like the non-tech head, is not really gonna care. So it is what it is. I mean, do I recommend it? Definitely. For a first phone, for a main phone, for a secondary phone, it is by far, I'm going to go as far as to say this is the best sub $300 phone that I've ever had, ever. And I've had like the VivoAir LTE, like I've had a bunch of blue phones. The Honor 5X I think was sub 300 or in and around 300. This phone just blows all of them out of the water, and there's just no competition between this and the other phones. And you got things like 4 gigs of RAM, Snapdragon 821. It's nuts. So it's just an awesome smartphone to own if you have $300 lying around or whatever. Depending on the seller, some sellers sell it a little bit more, some sellers sell it for a little bit less. But yeah, guys, definitely recommend this phone. And if you guys want to see any other videos on this, I'm probably going to do some comparisons between this and the blue phones, just to show you guys how much better this is than the other phones that I have that are just kind of lying around here. I'll definitely be doing that. But if there's any other videos you guys want to see me do, any kind of tests or comparisons, stuff like that, definitely let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to help you out. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, feel free to drop a like on it, drop a sub on the channel if you enjoy content. This has been LeTV from Click, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace. A baby's being born, same time a man is murdered. The beginning and end. As far as rap goes, it's only natural.